Thank you very much, Yusek Cristobal. Ms. Telma, yung first
Yes,
question natin.
oo. Meron tayong tanong mula kay Andrea Bangkud ng PIA.
Good morning, sir. Tanong ko lang po, ano po yung mga napag-usapan dun sa nakakaang 43rd ASEAN Economic Ministers Meeting?
Yung sa 43rd ASEAN Economic Ministers Meeting, ginawa yan sa Manado. No? In general, tinignan ng mga ministro, no? Ministers of Trade and Commerce o ating Secretary Greg Domingo, yung performance ng ASEAN economy as a whole. No? Tinitignan nila yon. Importante yon dahil meron tayong plano sa ASEAN na magkaroon ng ASEAN Economic Community by 2015. No? So far, ang assessment naman nila, maganda ang performance ng ASEAN in 2010. Nagkaroon tayo ng magandang recovery, no? Sa exports at growth ng mga 7.5%, no, sa ASEAN mismo. At maganda rin yung trading among ASEAN nations. Dati kasi matagal na yung ASEAN, pero yung trade ng halimbawa Thailand sa Philippines o Indonesia, mababa. No? So ngayon nagpipick up na yan. At sa investments, ASEAN pa rin ay nakapag-attract ng mga foreign direct investments na umabot ng 75.8 billion US dollars in 2010. No? So, bali double ng 2009 figures yan. No? And then, inassess din nila yung mga continuing challenges sa ASEAN, lalo na sa regional economic integration. Kung gusto niyo mas karagdagan na impormasyon, si Assistant Secretary Kabigding, siya po yung pumunta doon kasama ni Secretary Domingo itong Manado meeting. Okay. Baka merong specific questions
Or baka may gustong idagdag si Asek Kabigting.
Alam niyo po sa dinami-dami ng agenda doon at maraming importanteng idea nga yung tinalakay ng mga ministro, mayroong itinutulak si Secretary Domingo na all throughout his discussions, kahit ano yung forum doon, maging ASEAN within ASEAN or ASEAN with other FTA partners, isang malaking tinutulak niya ay yung all the possible options for SMEs. Yun yung tema ng kanyang pagpunta doon. And he was telling us, antemano pa lang, hahanap tayo ng option for SME. Yung number one option na tinitignan niya ay yung self-certification. Kapag ikaw mag-e-export, kailangan patutunayan na nanggaling sa Pilipinas yan. Pag napatunayan na nanggaling sa Pilipinas, maaring makuha yung preferential tariff rate. Dahil yung kadil natin, yung FTA partner natin, sasabi, it came from you, sige, pwedeng bigyan yan ng tariff rate na maganda, zero actually. Yung mahirap yun very complicated po yun. So yung tinutulak ni Secretary Domingo ay to simplify that at pagtutulungan po namin yan ng Bureau of Customs kasi sila yung nagsicertify, gagawing self-certification of some form. Inaayos na po natin yung mga legal basis for that. Tapos yung pong pangalawang importante ay itong paggalaw ng mga malalaking ekonomiya na paligid sa atin. Alam nyo po, within ASEAN, over the last 40 years, nag-i-invest na yung Hapon dyan. No? Marami po, ang laki ng network. Sa car industry na lamang po. Tinitignan po ng Japan Automotive Manufacturers Association ay yung India, for instance. Gagalaw yan from about 3.5 million to 5 million cars per annum. Yung growth na yan, pwede natin bentahan yan ng mga pyesa na manggagaling dito sa mga pabrika, mga investee network na itinayo ng mga Hapon. Lalo na ngayon na nahihirapan ng Hapon dahil sa nangyaring sakuna. They will have to bring their production in another wave, not just manufacturing. Darating yung management nila, darating yung marketing nila dito upang bebentahan ng pyesa yung Indian market. Eh tayo naman, mayroon tayong free trade agreement with Japan, with ASEAN, with India. Ang Japan gumagawa pa lang, ngayon pa lang nagne-negotiate ng agreement with India. Tayo, yung mga pyesa dito, pwedeng ibenta sa Mumbai na pyesa na tinulungan tayo ng Hapon to set up the manufacturing here. So itong magandang leverage, ito yung play ng ASEAN between Northeast Asia and South Asia, between these powerful old economies, China, Japan, Korea, and as Yusek has said, what we are looking at, one of the emerging markets, India. Kailangan natin gawing yung strategy very well. Gagawa po tayo, as the ministers ordered, a 10-year roadmap for the new relationship of ASEAN with Japan. And next year, magkakaroon po ng roadshow. Yung ASEAN economic ministers will go to Japan, likely to Tokyo for the major companies, but also to places like Osaka kung saan naroon yung kanilang small and medium. At lahat po ito, whether big companies or small and medium, they are feeling the pressure to relocate more out of Japan and come, likely the landing zone will have to be ASEAN. Within ASEAN, napili po tayo. Ito'y taken up in the ASEAN METI and Japanese Chamber of Commerce meeting and reaffirmed in Manado. Sabi ng mga ministro, kapag gagalaw nga yung Hapon, darating dito another wave into ASEAN, ang gusto nila, ang role ng Pilipinas will be the hub for HRD and for organizational behavior training. Sapagkat lahat yung mga tao ng Hapon, whether it's the technicians or a new wave of marketing executives or general management executives, they will have to learn organizational behavior, human resource development within an ASEAN framework, and it will be the Philippines that has been chosen as the hub for that. Yung mga university natin will be helping with the curricula that will help facilitate this new move of industry, and we will catch the business. Ito pong ginagawa ni Secretary Domingo sa AEM.
Okay. Siguro yung timetable na lang. How soon will we see that, Kabigting?
No, actually, we're already seeing that because the East Asia Research Institute is already working with our universities, and the roadmap, on the other hand, we will show an interim report of that to the leaders during the ASEAN summit in November.